has come to participate and not to conquer. This morning, the chief of police of the city announced with more than a hint of relief that not a single arrest had been made. Although he did add, it was good police weather, heavy rain. One other important factor in keeping the cells clear and encouraging sobriety is the price of things here. It can leave one in a state of shock.
Interesting. My father and I went for lunch yesterday to a super Italian restaurant. One spaghetti, one pizza dish, £6 for two, fine. 2.5 pints of lager made the bill £12 instead of £6.
Is this going to badly affect the Aberdeen support?
Well, I don't know, it's a bit bracing.
Finally, we've just received these police pictures of...
Going to Gothenburg, as the airport's smooth organisation coped with more than 2,500 supporters inside. Plane load after plane load were pushed out onto the tarmac to join the queue for takeoff. 24 extra flights started the almost non-stop air ferry at the crack of dawn. Among the first away, 33 children paid for by the city's Common Good Fund, every one of them certain of the final score.
2-1.
3-1. Who's going to score the goals?
Nielsen, Gordon Stopping, and McLeish.
About the only supporter without a prediction of any kind was Aberdeen North's Labour MP, Mr. Robert Hughes.
Never predict. Not football results anyway.
General election results?
That's another matter which will be at a later stage.
Your mind is on other things today?
It is indeed, yes.
Some took advantage of the dawn start for a chorus or two, while the early hour found others quieter, in decibels at least. A lot of money's been spent. One bank has sold more than £150,000 of kroner. Package deals cost around £200, including hotels. Some are sleeping on a ship, and others aren't going to bother.
And how much is the trip costing you?
£160.
And what are you getting for that?
Nothing. A match ticket.
And your flight?
Yeah.
No accommodation?
No.
What are you going to do after the match?
Get drunk. Celebrate.
What happens if we lose?
Still get drunk.
It's going to be very expensive drinking in Gothenburg, do you know that?
We've got our duty free.
They're not the only ones. The duty-free shops taken in tens of thousands. A till, normally used for perfume sales, not in great demand, was taken over for drink. But football fans' tastes are changing, it seems. They've bought up 30 cases of champagne, which would normally last the shop 18 months. And they'd cleared out 3 months' stocks of wine by yesterday afternoon.
Well, these supporters went the easy way. The really dedicated Aberdeen fans left the city on Monday. 500 on the P&O ferry St Clair. She'd been switched from her normal run to Orkney and Shetland for the game. So the ship was used to rough crossings. As Nicholas Cowie reports, though, the fans weren't.
Within a couple of hours of leaving Aberdeen, some of the fans had already given up finding their sea legs. So it was eyes down and lying room only for the bingo. Light refreshments were already being served in the bar and proving so popular that reinforcements were being brought in by the trolley load. There was actually little chance of running out. 3 20-foot containers packed with beer were stowed below decks. Not bad among 500 fans. The caller, meanwhile, was at least managing to keep the bingo balls in the air, which was slightly more than could be said for the contenders in the next event. But you'll still get the party poopers who'd rather forego all this excitement to watch football on the telly. It could have been, though, that they were just saving themselves up for this. It was billed innocuously enough as the St Clair Welcome. What it actually was an attempt to break the sound barrier at sea. If no other fans but this 500 were to turn up in Gothenburg, they'd still drown out any Real Madrid support. Then out stepped a brave man. Ron Dale, Scotland's Mr. Music, proved that when it comes to courage, your average comic has more bottle than a bullfighter. Though we all thought that trying to strike up a chorus of I Belong to Glasgow was a mite foolhardy in the circumstances. But he staged a quick recovery and escaped with his life by a swift musical journey north to the Northern Lights. After all this excitement, it was a case of, little fan, you've had a busy day. For those without cabins, sleep took many different forms. Some tried the floor. Some tried leaning on each other. Some tried what looked like advanced yoga. But at the end of the day, most just pulled a cap over their eyes with a badge that said it all. Morning broke to a gentle swell on a grey misty sea. The trip is P&O's first venture into ocean-going football specials. So, had they any regrets?
They've been great, not a problem. This is into day 2 now, and we've had absolutely no problems at all. They're a marvellous bunch. Aberdeen supporters have got a fabulous reputation throughout Europe, and they're keeping up their standards well with us. We're enjoying every minute of it along with them.
Now what about your own problems as an organiser? Have you had anything go wrong at all with your plans?
The football videos don't seem to be working too well at the moment, but we've overcome that now, and no, everything seems to be going very, very well indeed. The entertainers are having a difficult job, but they're doing extremely well, and the fans are really giving them the appreciation they deserve.
And what did the fans reckon to it all? How have you been enjoying the trip? Why did you decide to come by boat?
We're fishermen, you see, we're all fishermen, so we thought it would be a good idea.
Oh, so you've had no trouble with the seasickness at all?
Absolutely.
No, I think you've just got to give up your annual leave and just say, right, summer's got to go out the door, and this is more important.
And you've obviously got understanding wives, and they don't mind you going away for a week at a time like this.
My wife normally comes to the home games with me anyway, so couldn't afford to get here.
We're now about 3 hours away from Gothenburg, and I can say that hectic though this trip out has been, when the Dons win, I think it's going to be as nothing compared to the return journey. And let me say that these fans here have been noisy, but they've been very well behaved, and a credit to their club. So let's hear it one more time. What is going to happen when we get to Gothenburg?
Nicholas Cowie conducting the Seaborne Armada. Meanwhile, Alan Caldwell has been with the Aberdeen players who've been looking over the stadium where their dreams could come true.
The team is staying in a small village 12 miles from Gothenburg, away from the now noisy Aberdeen support in the city, and obviously enjoying their quieter surroundings. Apart from the absence of Bell and Kennedy from the 11 starters, Alex Ferguson has no worries.
It's a cup final. We've got to respect the fact it is a cup final, and no matter who you play in a cup final, it's going to be difficult. The record in recent times of European Cup finals is very little goals, so that tells you something anyway. We're expecting a hard game. We're prepared for that.
And of course, win or lose, Aberdeen are guaranteed a civic reception when they return tomorrow. What happens to the fans is of course entirely another matter. The European
Met God, Bonnie, Camacho, Angel, Gallego, Stimica, Juanito, Santiana and Isidro. Aberdeen, of course, will be without Stuart Kennedy and Dougie Bell, and their lineup will be Leighton, Rugby, McLeish, Miller, McMaster, Strachan, Cooper, Simpson, Black, McGee and Weir. Well, there are the teams, so now as the kick-off gets ever closer, we are joined in the studio by Paul Hegarty and Paul Sturrock of Dundee United, who with the Tannadice team only 90 minutes away from the Premier League title, know what it's like building up to the big occasion. Paul Hegarty, what is the atmosphere going to be like right now in the Aberdeen camp?
Well, and obviously the Aberdeen players will be nervous, but they've been in a similar situation before with the cup finals they've been in. It's a nice situation to be in. I wished I was there.
Paul, what sort of part will Alec Ferguson be playing in this build-up as far as giving confidence is concerned?
I think the important thing will be trying to calm down the younger players in the team. I feel your Leightons, Millers, McLeishes don't need to be calmed down at all. The younger players will be very excited at the minute.
You know the Aberdeen players fairly well. How will they be able to cope with the pressures?
Quite easily. It's an everyday occurrence now to these players. There's 8 or 9 internationalists in the team. you know, at different standards. And I think they'll cope quite easily with it.
Paul, we hear a lot about Real Madrid's experience in Europe, but it's 17 years since they won a European trophy. How will they cope with the pressures? Will the tension be as much for them?
I think they'll be just as nervous, but the way Aberdeen have been playing over the last 2-3 seasons, I think they've got an advantage.
Gentlemen, thank you very much for the moment. We'll come back later.
And where Alistair Yates is waiting, let's go quickly there to join Alistair.
Yes, Frank, and even at this early stage, this great sporting arena, which holds some 50,000 people, is beginning to fill up as the red and white bedecked Dons supporters are, in fact, taking their place for this most important match in the club's long history.
Where are you from? You're from Northfield, are you? Now, listen, in the last few minutes, we've had torrential rain, we've had thunder and lightning. Are the spirits dampened? No way. Aberdeen's going to win. Are all of you here from Aberdeen City? Well, there you are. They're telling me I'm asking silly questions, but as you can see, I said before, the are far from dampened. We're going to have a great night here in the Ullevi Stadium. In the meantime, let's go back inside to rejoin Alistair.
The 500 fans who'd sailed from Aberdeen on Monday afternoon with a tumultuous send-off were greeted in the Gothenburg harbour with much less celebration yesterday evening. There was no official welcome. There was a run to get feet back on terra firma and to see the Swedish city at last. Meanwhile, the airport here has been coping with a flood of flights with only minutes between arrivals. The Red Army began its invasion on Monday, but yesterday and today you could literally feel the city beginning to burst at the seams. The Aberdeen fans have been showing off the colours of their team right from the start, and we were there to meet some of them as they left customs ready for a coach ride into Gothenburg town itself.
What are you looking forward to here, apart from the match? The women. Tell you a Swedish woman, beer, beating Real Madrid.
I think the boys will do well tonight. And apart from that, I'm out to have a good couple of days.
What about Gothenburg? What are you expecting here?
I don't really know. I've never been in the country before, but I'm just looking for a good time. It's a very nice city. We're going to see the arts and museums. Quiet time, I think. Yes. Yeah, nice parks as well, you know. Just a quiet walk about. I hope there's no girls.
Whilst we were at the airport, a plane carrying Real Madrid fans touched down immediately after a flight from Aberdeen. But there were no fears of trouble between the opposing sides. It seemed everyone was here just to enjoy themselves.
What do you know about Sweden?
Well, Sweden. Well, I think that it's a country very beautiful, and the sun is not, because in Spain there is many sun.
Yes.
But here in Sweden.
And what about your team, Real Madrid? Will they win?
Well, the Real Madrid has 6 cups. A la Madrid, campeones.
Back in the city, as each new plane, coach, fishing boat, train and what have you brought in even more Aberdeen fans, those who'd been here for a day or two were beginning to realise just how expensive it is in Gothenburg for a British visitor. Money runs out sooner than you expect, with a beer costing £2.50 a pint, and meals out are a once-a-year occasion, even for the locals.
Drinks are a bit You get some cheap places, scandalous. Overall, it's a bit expensive.
You've not run out of good money yet?
No, not yet.
Our mother-in-law here's just covered nothing. She's covered a lot. No problems at all. She's covered a lot.
So no problems in buying them enough beer?
Oh, mother-in-law here's just one up for you.
Finding it expensive in Gothenburg?
No, not too bad. Not too bad at all. No. Expensive? Gothenburg?
Just came here.
Very expensive. Very expensive. Everything is expensive in Gothenburg. So far, anyway.
Today, fans were starting to arrive outside the impressive Ullevi Stadium from 9 o'clock. Many of them gathered around for an unveiling ceremony to mark the 25th anniversary of the opening of the arena. In that time...
In Stadium, there are literally 10, 12,000 people all over the stadium, in the top end of the stand, as you can see, and down in front in the area here before me. So they're all in great spirits, and I think what I'll try to do is have a word with a couple of them. Hi, what's your name?
Catherine.
Hello, Catherine. Where are you from?
Sweden.
You're from Sweden, and why are you wearing the Aberdeen colours?
What you say?
Why are you wearing Aberdeen colours?
Because
You're an Aberdeen supporter?
Yes.
How about you? Where are you from?
Glasgow.
You have Glasgow. And why are you an Aberdeen supporter then?
It's a good one.
That's terrific. Now, anybody here from the northeast of Scotland? You're from it? Right, well, listen, I think, as you can see, the best thing I could do right now is ask my pal here on the pipes to give us a tune and then hand you back inside to Alistair. Okay, here we are.
Thaler looking for a chance to shoot, and that's the moment that Aberdeen were dreading. Now Miller replaces Kennedy on the touchline, breaks for Cooper. Now McGee, that's a great cross. Eric Black is there, it's off the line. No, it's played in by Simpson, and Aberdeen are level. Delahaya has come off Rugby to make space to run at the big defender. Peter Weir helping his defence. Now Dremler. Then it's got a touch. McLeish. And that is a special goal coming in from Flugler. Well, they couldn't agree, obviously. Strachan plays it in. The header finds the net. And Aberdeen are back in the match once more. Alec McLeish. Alec McLeish gives Aberdeen a chance. So Alec McLeish picks up only his second goal of the season, but it gives Aberdeen the urge to force the pace in the last 13 minutes. Can they make it? There's Eric Black. The goalkeeper knocks it out. It's in the net and Aberdeen are in front. John Hewitt.
Marvellous. So let's hope the
Well, I think they've been holding on to him. They haven't risked him in games that might have been important to them at home, but I think this is the important one for Aberdeen, just as it is for Aberdeen. It's a magnificent occasion. The teams are coming out now jockeying. I can only hope that Aberdeen enjoy the occasion and go and do something about it and get themselves a nice result.
Yes, the big moment has now arrived for the two teams. Young Aberdeen players, I'm sure, have been very anxious indeed to get out onto the field. There they come in these very smart tracksuits. The whole squad is out there. Stuart Kennedy is lined up as substitute, and I wonder if he will be called upon later in the day. Well, he may be struggling for fitness, but we'll see about that later on. The most important thing now, I would suggest, of course, is the 11 men who will play for Aberdeen.
Yes, I think it's very important. Obviously, they start the game, and I think it's obviously they start the game positively and get themselves a grip of the game. I think that a whole lot depends on the middle of the park tonight. I think that there'll be almost a stalemate there at times, and I'm hoping that we Gordon Strachan can maybe savour the atmosphere and produce the class and the excitement that only he's capable of, Jock, and I think that he'll be a very, very important player for Aberdeen tonight.
Well, a very important man tonight is the match referee, Signor Gianfranco Menegali from Italy, who is renowned for being something of a disciplinarian. He has been involved in an Aberdeen match in the past. He handled a game, Aberdeen against Ipswich at Pittodrie, and he has been known for sending players off and not standing any nonsense, particularly in the score of dissent. So the teams are out now warming up. The Aberdeen players breaking to the right. The stadium very impressive indeed, but the crowd disappointingly poor because the Swedish public have been put off clearly by the weather conditions tonight. About 15,000 people inside the stadium, which could hold 55,000. Although the bulk of them really clearly from Aberdeen.
Well, I think that the Aberdeen presence here is magnificent tonight. That one thing they can't complain about is the turnout of their fans. The fans have been great, they've been noisy, they've been excited with the prospects of a game, but they've been well behaved, they're well disciplined, and they're here tonight to make their presence felt, and I would honestly think that Aberdeen will enjoy that. The players, I'm sure, will revel in the atmosphere.
There's Alec Ferguson in the Aberdeen dugout, Archie Knox on his left. This is a moment that he's been waiting for very anxiously too. He's composed himself over the last couple of days, been very impressive in press conferences, handling the international media. Very interesting to note that this match will make some Aberdeen players very well known indeed throughout Europe. This match being shown in 41 countries, 48 television stations involved, so I wonder which Aberdeen player may be the one that's being talked about all over Europe tomorrow.
Well, it's an interesting one, Jock, isn't it? Because in the World Cup, Gordon Strachan undoubtedly became the most popular and well-known Scottish player. It'll be interesting to see if he can do the same tonight. But I'm quite sure that after the game tonight, they'll know about Miller and McLeish. I'm quite sure of that.
So Alfredo di Stefano there in the Real Madrid dugout, looking tense as well he might, along with Alec Ferguson. A very Tense moment for managers, as you'll no doubt bear out, Billy, but the match about to start. Real Madrid start the European Cup Winners' Cup final, Aberdeen's first ever European final, and the match now underway. Camacho for Real Madrid on the far side. Number 11 is Isidro. And the referee has given a throw-in, I think, on the far side. Yes, the linesman's flag was up. So Aberdeen get possession for the first time in the match. Doug Rugby operating in the right-back position tonight, involving Jim Leighton very early in the match. The rain still falling very heavily indeed here in Gothenburg. It really is something like a wet October night in Scotland. Camacho is apparently marking Mark McGee at this stage of the match. Simpson pushed aside by Camacho, very experienced player, but here's Gordon Strachan. Referee waving play on as Black sends a good ball wide. McGee's cross, and you could see in that move the players slipping and sliding a bit as they try to get accustomed to the surface. Willie Miller playing it forward. Willie Miller has taken a knock. Rugby's header. There's Neil Simpson. Juan Jose beating Peter Weir. Juanito, number 7 for Real Madrid. Tackle from Simpson. Weir is crowded out. This is Midgut. Or Stilica rather, has gone into that deeper midfield position. Uli Stilica suffering from a back injury for some time. Been working very hard in training in the last couple of days to prove his fitness to Alfredo di Stefano. Free kick is given. Black goes on to the ball. Real get the free kick. There's Juan Jose, the right full-back. Now it's with Stilica. Juan Jose has gone forward. That's one now for Aberdeen by Strachan. Through the middle is Mark McGee. On the far side, Eric Black. Well, Strachan appeared to be impeded a bit from behind. He stayed at his feet and no free kick was given. Tall figure at the back for Real is Johnny Midgut, the Dutch international. Stilica again. Ankel. Still Cooper. Stilica again. Bonnet showing a good touch for a big fellow on the surface. Running into trouble. Now it's Aberdeen coming forward again. Neil Simpson having a go. Well, it was well worth the effort. Long range it was, but the ball certainly was liable to skid off the surface.
Yeah, I think it's been a good start by Aberdeen, Jock. Interesting wee point that Gordon Strachan's got himself involved in the game early. He's had a little bit of touch of the ball, and Aberdeen seem to be quite confident, quite happy with the start. I think it's an excellent start by them.
There's Strachan again. Black is waiting at the far post for the cross. There's Eric Black. Marvellous effort from Black. The danger's not over, but it's behind now, and Eric Black making a major impact on the match right at the start. Well, that was a remarkable effort from young Eric Black. See this again, coming across, taking it in the full volley. The goalkeeper was struggling, got a touch though to put the ball onto the bar.
Tremendous effort by young Black. This is what he's all about. He's so dangerous in the air, and a tremendous shot, and that'll have given him a whole lot of confidence. Terrific start, as I said, by Aberdeen, Jock. Great effort by young Black.
It's also an effort which I'm sure will have struck some fear into the heart of the Spanish defenders. First real attack and goal by Aberdeen. The match is held up for the moment. The referee is having a word with an official on the far side, and in fact he's changing the ball. Well, I wonder if that had any effect on that shot by Eric Black, any effect on the ball, all pressure perhaps. He certainly thumped it against the crossbar. So Augustin, I think we have to give him the benefit of the doubt there and suggest that that was a great save by him rather than the crossbar only saving Real. Santillana beaten to that by McLeish, and we haven't seen anything yet of the Real Madrid centre forward and captain, Carlos Santillana. Certainly the most menacing striker in the Real side. There's a moment of danger, and McLeish into the tackle. Cooper gets it away. Here's Bonnet. Played back by Gallego to Camacho. Bonnet again, central defender with a license to roam to the flanks, leaving Midgott in the centre of the defence. McGee was guilty of a late challenge there, but the referee allowed advantage, and now it's McGee playing it back for McMaster. Close control from McMaster. Aberdeen get the throw. Midgott at full stretch. Here's Simpson. Cooper back to Simpson. Weir wants it on the left. Simpson going forward. It's for Black on the right. Bonnet going to meet him. And Aberdeen get the corner kick from Francisco Bonnet. You see the surface there, very wet indeed. In fact, with the rain falling heavily, there may be a problem before the match is over. And Aberdeen at the corner kick, and they certainly appear to have taken the initiative right from the start. There's Gordon Strachan. Tall figure of Rugby's at the far corner of the 6-yard box. And again, a change of balls, unless it was the original ball returned, having been inflated a bit, perhaps. So Strachan now to find his way through the water. The corner kick. Here's McLeish. Deflection, Black. And Aberdeen take the lead. 6.5 minutes into the match. Gordon Strachan's corner kick sets up the chance. Well, Strachan looked a bit leisurely about it when he lined it up. But watch for Alec McLeish racing into the picture. Very positive header. It was half blocked by Juan Jose, and there was Eric Black doing what he does so well. It's a different corner for Aberdeen, the whole lot of his job, but Alec McLeish met it perfectly. Good header, little touch of a defender, and there's Eric Black to put it in the net. And that's what strikers are all about, and the lad has done his job already, hasn't he? It's been tremendous. Great start, hit the bar, now he scored. So a dream start for Aberdeen. Every Scotsman in the Olivet Stadium now rejoicing. 7 minutes gone. Eric Black picks up his 4th goal of the competition, his 18th of the season. Young man, just 19 years old. There's Rugby heading it in. Now, how do you think this may affect the Aberdeen approach to the match, Billy?
Well, I think they've started the game very, very positively indeed, John. They've got a hold of the ball, they've made passes, they've made progress towards Real, they've hit the bar, and now they've got the goal they want. I think their confidence is very, very high just now, and I think they're entitled to feel confident because they've started the game well. They've forgotten all about Real's reputation, they've gone to establish their own.
So Real now heading back on the left flank. This is Camacho. Santillana's very good in the air. There's Juan Jose challenging. McMaster brings it clear for Aberdeen. Strachan taking up good position once again. McGee was taken late by Camacho. Referee has given the free kick. Camacho was a key player for Spain in the World Cup, 37 caps. So the short free kick, here's Strachan. McGee again, bundled from the back by Camacho. Well, Mark McGee got the touch, showed a lot of courage going for the ball, and Camacho coming in heavily, commits a second free kick, second foul inside a minute. Now, can Aberdeen capitalise? We've seen some very good set pieces from Aberdeen this season. This may well be the orthodox cross, no. Going to Strachan. Opening a free kick reminiscent of the one which deceived Bayern Munich. Flag was up for offside against Eric Black. Stiriger forced to come very deep indeed to gain possession for Real. Now Bonnet. That was anticipated by Strachan. A little bit unlucky as he went for the ball. Cooper going back. No hesitation in giving it to Jim Layton in goal. We're leaving it to McMaster. Very tight to the Aberdeen fullback. There's Stiriger. Bonnet keen to come forward again. Stilica. Juanito. Play studies going well to win possession for Aberdeen. Bit untidy, but it's Ankel for Real. Cooper takes over. Stilica with Black. Bedgott. Play from Miller. Now McGee taking on his marker Camacho. Now the Real Madrid are showing tremendous respect for Mark McGee, getting perhaps their best defender in the marking role in McGee. Here's Medgott. Most expensive player in the Real side, £500,000 he costs from AZ67. Here's Juanito, dangerous position for Real, and the cross, very disappointing indeed from the Spanish point of view.
I think that's an indication of things that perhaps Aberdeen have got to look out for, John. That they've started the game well, but all of a sudden, little Juanito got himself free in the right, and he's going to play these balls in for Santillana, and he's very, very dangerous in the air. And I think this is the things that Aberdeen have got to watch. They're not going to be careless now. They've got to take the chance that they're the goal and make sure that they don't allow Real Madrid back into the game.
So we're into the 12th minute of the match. Aberdeen leading by 1-0. The goal scored by Eric Black in the 7th minute. We are back to McMaster, one of those very early passes. Here's Neil Simpson. Al Strachan is very keen to be involved. Now McMaster. A lot of movement ahead. Black and McGee in a diagonal run. There's Black. Well, that's a bit fierce inside the penalty box. Wasn't on your picture, but you can see Eric Black on the ground. He seemed to be a victim of the challenge by Bonnet late in the incident. And Black is back in his feet. That looked a bad one, Billy.
I think it was a scandalous challenge. Apart from anything else, all Eric Black had done was go and challenge, get a good header in. Perhaps this is an indication of how frustrated Real are, and this will obviously help Aberdeen, because they've got to keep the composure.
With a very bad foul by Isidro on Strachan. Strachan, having robbed Stilica, brought down heavily. And this Italian referee, Menegali, may have to justify his reputation for keeping a tight grip on things. Rugby's free kick. He has found some room away from Camacho. Very strong on the ball. Now Peter Weir. Taking on Juan Jose. Good play from Weir, he's brought down and the free kick is given. Weir making it very clear to Juan Jose that he didn't relish that challenge. And now we'll see why. Weir had clearly beaten the fullback, then brought down late. So the referee waiting now until Real players go back the statutory 10 yards. McMaster is number 3, Peter Weir number 11. Master to the near post. A fine effort which almost found Mark McGee at the 6-yard box. A variation there as the Real defence appeared to be concerned about Eric Black at the far post. Bedgott taking the goal kicks for Augustine, the goalkeeper. Gallego. There's Juanito with a dummy. Careless one from McLeish. That'll be a penalty kick, yes. Leighton is penalised. But Santillana was brought down. That's a disastrous moment for Alec McLeish. There's the pass back. Santillana through quickly. I don't think there's much there at all. That was a penalty kick.
It's just one of these unfortunate things. I think Alec McLeish thought he had nothing else to do but knock it back. The ground's heavy and the ball held up, and it's one of these unfortunate. Let's hope Jim Leighton can do something about it, Joe.
So the penalty kick for Real. Juanito will take it. No chance for Leighton. 15th minute of the match. It's one apiece. And a very unhappy moment indeed for the Aberdeen defence. Stilica, in fact, taking the penalty kick rather than Juanito. No, Juanito it was. The cameraman staying with Stilica. See it again from a different angle behind the goal, now from the direct angle, and Leighton really had no chance.
It's an unfortunate thing for Aberdeen. Just when things were turning their way, got a little bit casual, a little bit careless, and they played the pen, unfortunate job. But they're playing well. This is the thing. This is really the first opportunity Real Madrid have had. So a test now of Aberdeen's courage and nerve to settle again on their very good start to the match after that major setback. Michael. The draw and won by McMaster. Simpson. Third ball from Black. It's a good pass to McGee. Bonnet getting across. Now Enkel being challenged by McGee. Well, McGee has already covered a lot of ground in this match. Well, still taken by Enkel. Now Gallego. Very much the playmaker in midfield alongside Stilica. Both international players. Here's Stilica. Now Juanito playing it for Juan Jose, and Peter Weir had covered the run for the fullback. There's Juanito. Enkel. Signs, Billy, that the Spaniards have taken some heart from that equaliser. Well, I think they're looking to be a bit more fresh in their play, Jock. And in fairness to them, they've tried to play. They've had one or two nasty challenges, but they've tried to play the game and tried to play the ball, in actual fact.
McMaster playing it forward. It's picked up by Medgott.
Black puts him under pressure.
Medgott getting back. Very experienced central defender. He played in the UEFA Cup final against Ipswich Town for AZ 67 2 years ago. Careless one from Weir, picked up by Enkel. Gallego free once again in midfield. Gallego was a player who came on in the second half for Spain against the Republic of Ireland a couple of weeks ago in Zaragoza and turned the match Spain's way. So Leighton picks up that forward ball from Real. Santillana failing to control it. Good layoff from Black, which is left by Simpson for Cooper. Difficult ball in these conditions for rugby. The rain still comes down steadily. Juanito wandering to find space to pressure on the defence, and McLeish cuts that out. Intended for Santillana. A bit of play perhaps for Alec McLeish after the mistake which led to the penalty kick. Bonnet is now covering Mark McGee. Camacho has switched his attentions to Eric Black. Great play from McGee. Didn't get the cross in. Now striking. Taking on Medgott. The ball was over. It's a goal kick to Real Madrid. Well, it's certainly a night where there could be lots of errors in defence.
Well, I think the ground conditions are making it difficult for players because passes are stopped short, Jock. But, you know, at the moment, Real are taking a chance or two with their passing and Aberdeen are shutting them down quickly. And I think they're going to get some benefit from that. They're working very hard in the game just now.
Uli Stilica for Real. Juan Jose's made the forward run. There's Enkel. Supported from behind by Juanito and by Stilica. Gallego wants it in midfield. Bonnet is peeled off to the left. There's Camacho. Now Medgott. Enkel. Juan Jose. All the Aberdeen players back now except Black and McGee. High ball, one in the box by McLeish. So back in the safe hands of Jim Leighton. Now you can see he couldn't get a bounce on the ball at all in that white goal mouth. Free kick already been given before. Camacho came in heavily into the back of Eric Black. Well, young Eric Black's taking plenty of punishment up front for Aberdeen.
I think they're obviously worried about his ability there, Joe. They're trying to jump into him rather than go and win the ball for themselves. Obviously, they've got a lot of respect for the lad's ability there.
So Black is in outside position. Well, the free kick's already taken by Midgott. Real again, coming more into the match. They've settled since their equaliser. One apiece. Midgott coming forward. Black trying to get back to challenge. Juan Jose on the right. Inside Stilica. Juanito trying the return pass, which is intercepted by Miller. Cooper this time is accurate with the pass back. There's the Aberdeen bench. McMaster. It's a great run from Strachan. He's lost his marker and Killer. Great cross. It was just ahead of Mark McGee. Splendid play there from Gordon Strachan, and a great pass in fact from John McMaster. Lovely ball from John McMaster, Joe. But what interests me and what delights me obviously is Gordon Strachan's having a real impact in the game, and I don't think the Real are paying him the attention they should be, and I hope they'll find some cost to pay for that. So Juanito now for Real. Running at McMaster. That's a good piece of defending. And a pass releasing Black on the far side. The ball didn't quite skid enough for Eric Black. Bonnet got to it. Now it's with Johnny Midgott. And Bonnet has gone forward on the left flank. He wasn't picked up. Santillana coming deep. Stilica with Ankel in the centre circle. Juan Jose, Midgott. Spaniards putting many more passes together now. Still haven't penetrated. There's Gallego. Very determined figure of Neil Cooper gets in the effective challenge. And there again by Neil Cooper. Camacho it was who came to link up. Ball is played against John McMaster, but in a hurry had crossed the goal line. Juanito looking a little bit unhappy about the linesman's decision. Well, that looks says it all. The Aberdeen supporters going a little bit quiet for the moment after a very spirited start to the match with some vocal support for the favourites. No doubt they'll come again before long. McMaster plays it into space. Black made the run, misunderstanding in the Spanish defence. Black was hoping to find Mark McGee on the far side of the box. Spaniards looking very patient again in the build-up on the bank. Midgott to Bonnet, now to Stilica. Juan Jose has gone forward. This is Juanito. Quick in the tongue. Santillana. There's Juan Jose still available on the right. Stilica, the supporting player from midfield. Quite content to play it back so long as they retain possession. There's Camacho. Now Midgott. Interception by Rugby. There's Neil Cooper. Black is inside. Cooper hustled out of that. Gallego has it. Santillana. Players breaking from deep positions. One of them is Stilica. And McLeish with a tackle held off by Stilica. Well, McLeish has done a good job forcing the Real player wide, but still the Spanish players retain possession. Stilica and Gallego together. Nodded down by Juanito. McLeish. Clearance going only as far now as Gallego. Simpson and Weir with a tackle which is allowed to go unpunished by the referee. Well, attacking the ball. Sliced the clearance rather, but out of play, and Real Madrid growing and snatching a bit now as the first half goes to the 25-minute mark. Sterica again, the key man. Space for Ankel on the far side of midfield. Camacho coming up on the overlap to support. Willie Miller had to get the touch. Juan Jose takes it away from Peter Weir, carries it behind for the goal kick.
I think Real Madrid have forced themselves into the game a bit just now, John. Aberdeen are perhaps that wee bit over anxious at the moment, and I think that the ground are playing little tricks with the balls, and it's difficult for them to clear balls, but Real Madrid seem to have a wee bit of a sense that they're more positive on the ball than they've been. They seem more confident in their passing, and all of a sudden Selic has become a figure that Aberdeen's got to be very careful about.
That's what a difference a goal can make. They appear to be well out of things until that penalty kick. And they're back in level terms. The drums from the Spanish supporters, the cheerleader with the big drum eating out the rhythm. Not many Spanish supporters in the stadium. But here's Sterica again popping up on the right. Willie Miller's header. Juan Jose looking for Santillana. And the header out was from Alec McLeish. We are calming things down, playing it back to Leighton and winning some applause from the Aberdeen supporters. So still one apiece. The other goal from Eric Black equalised by Juanito's penalty kick. Masters header. Sterica is leaning there on Neil Simpson as the Aberdeen player made the challenge. Gallego. Juanito. Going past McMaster, but Cooper provides a cover. Not at all though that Real Madrid are showing lots more confidence and conviction as they come forward. There was Simpson's challenge on Sterica, knocking over the line flag. McLeish's header out. Cooper wins it this time. Now Black. Medgott misjudged it completely. Here's McGee with Strachan. Black is breaking in the left. We're in a deeper position, still has Black ahead of him. We're looking to get an attacking pass inside. There's Neil Cooper. Aberdeen have pushed a lot of players forward very, very quickly. That's for Rugby. Augustin couldn't get it, but the whistle had gone. Well, it's very seldom in European competition that challenges like that go unpunished. No question, I think that Rugby was going for the ball.
I don't think there's any doubt he was, John, because you see there he's going to attack the ball, and he and the goalkeeper just really met on the ball. I don't think there's any intention of a foul, but you don't get away with that in content. They tend to favour the goalkeeper challenges like that.
And Augustin's intention to try and catch the ball was interesting under that pressure. He's taken a head knock, which doesn't appear to be too bad. Well, Medgott's not too troubled anyway, going with a smile on his face.
I think an interesting thing, John, is that the referee's been really on top of the game just now, that he's handled the game well. Any fouls that have been there, he's seen them and he's given the foul correspondingly. He's been very good up till now.
Alfredo di Stefano, the Spanish coach, looking tense. Rugby wins the high ball. Now Weir. Good turn out by Cooper, he had nothing on the left. Now Strachan. Rugby supporting on the right. Gallego and Ankel linking up to get it clear to Camacho, now Isidro. Simpson getting back. There's Isidro. Juanito. Always willing to come deep to win possession. Linking up again with Sterica. What an important player he's becoming for Real. Ball over the goal line for Real's first corner kick of the match. Half an hour gone, there's the scoreline. Aberdeen 1, Real Madrid 1. Eric Black's 7th minute goal equalised by Juanito from the penalty spot. And it's Juanito who takes the corner. Near post ball swept away by Miller. Black attacked immediately by Bonnet. So here's John McMaster inside to Miller. McLeish looking for McGee through the middle. Camacho misjudged it, but Medgott has come across. Well, you see the rain still beating down steadily on the pitch, and just as well that polythene cover was laid throughout the day to protect the surface for most of the time. But now the pitch is taking a pounding. Medgott comes forward for Real. Juan Jose with the header down to Gallego. We are challenging. Medgott, once again, the man starting to build up from a deep position. McLeish got a vital touch. And a very quick throw out finds McMaster and a lot of space for Aberdeen. McGee going for that very positively along with Camacho, who's back in that marking role which he started the match. Juanito holding off McMaster, waiting for Juan Jose. Good play from Juanito. Now Sturica. He's past Willie Miller. This is dangerous for Aberdeen. Sturica trying to make an accurate pass, and he's got Santillana offside. Well, Sturica made great position on the right flank, Billy, but the final pass certainly wasn't what you were expected.
No, I think his teammates were expecting to play the earlier ball in drop, but what was very important for him, he made a very, very positive run and left Willie Miller in his wake, and he's become a dominant force from the outside, and I think obviously Aberdeen have got to pay an awful lot more attention to him.
As Aberdeen have possession with Neil Cooper. Good control from Black. Bonnet's the marker. Isidro back helping. Bonnet makes the tackle, which wins appreciation from the Real supporters. So Strachan in no particular hurry to take this throw. Certainly going to be a stamina sapping match on this surface. But conditions which you would expect Aberdeen to adjust to more readily than Real, although Real did play in similar conditions in the second leg against Austria Vienna in the semi-final in Madrid. Juanito. In his plan of playing it back to Augustin in goal. He certainly recovered from the knock he took in that clash with Tukrugvi. Sturica again, Santillana coming off McLeish. Cooper appeared to be brought down. Yes, the whistle went rather quietly. Ankel's challenge. Sturica having a word with McLeish. I think his English is good enough to make his meaning known. West German international. Too high that ball for McGee. Gallego. Well, the match undoubtedly going through a lull, Billy, in this first half with 34 minutes gone.
Yeah, well, I think we had a very, very dramatic start, John, didn't we? And then possibly the game now is really settling to its true sphere. And I think players are feeling their own way just now, and there's perhaps a wee bit of apprehension has crept into Aberdeen's play, and they're that bit more careful what they're doing.
So Leighton again has the opportunity to start an Aberdeen attack. Ball inside by Gallego was certainly not a good one, and Cooper's challenge perhaps a bit high. In fact, the whistle had gone. The referee's whistle certainly is very faint. Frequently the players fail to hear it, and in this position high above the playing surface, it's very difficult to hear him also. But Medgott with the free kick for Real. Seeking out the head of Santillana. Look how well he gets up. And Leighton took it cleanly. It was important they did so with Juanito coming in. That was very interesting, the way Santillana was able to hang in the air to beat McLeish for the high ball. Clumsy challenge from Juanito. If you like play to go on as Weir takes on Juan Jose. Well-timed tackle from Gallego. Weir, another player who's very much respected by the Spanish. Simpson. Back to Weir. Another very good cross inside. But turned into something by Simpson's tackle. Isidro plays it back to Augustine. Well, yeah, the drum being beaten by the Spanish cheerleader. But not really getting much response this time, no question at all. Both sets of supporters have gone very quiet. Aberdeen pulling players back as Stilica sets something up for Real. Turned by Enkel. There's Camacho charging forward. A turn ball from Juanito. Miller is across. Ball is out for Real's throw, which Juanito will take. Isidro with McMaster. Juan Jose looking very determined as he came forward. And the deflection will give Real another corner kick. So it's very tense indeed from the Aberdeen point of view, and that's reflected by that shot of the dugout. A very good start now has been rather overcome by the Spaniards, although they too look very cautious and tentative in their attacking moves. Juanito's corner kick. The header goes in, Isidro gets the final touch and it's behind for the goal kick. Corner kick posed problems for the Aberdeen defence. The outswinger from Juanito and Isidro with that glancing header might well have caused trouble for Leighton. The atmosphere now inside the Ulvi Stadium is somewhat eerie. Big stadium, rather small crowd, not making much noise as the probing goes on both sides. Played wide now by Enkel. Santillana had gone to the left. That's a bit of a ball to trouble the Aberdeen defence. A little bit of stalemate now, Billy.
Yes, I think that obviously both teams are looking for a little bit of inspiration. That they tend to, I think there's too many long balls being played by both teams, to be honest. With the Aberdeen have lost the wee bit of grip they had in the middle of the field, and they're tending to play too many long balls and hoping that the front two are going to get something from them.
And the early impact made by Gordon Strachan hasn't really been maintained, and that may be because Real pulled one of the strikers back. They seem to start 4-3-3, but have now gone quite clearly 4-4-2, pulling Isidro back into a midfield role. Master again, the long ball, seeking out the head of Eric Blank. Edgott's header. Woodfish showing good touch. Ball out from Simpson to Blank. That almost reached McGee. Gallego was in the way. Free kick is given against Mark McGee. Challenge from behind. Really given by the linesman on the far side. So there's McGee's challenge to Gallego. Didn't seem to be much in it, but the tackle from behind on the continent tends to result in free kicks. Gallego, Stilica. Return pass finding Gallego. Master intercepts the ball intended for Juan Jose. Neil Cooper for Aberdeen. Plenty of Aberdeen players forward now. Enkel has followed Strachan across to the far side, denying Cooper the opportunity of using the little man. There's Enkel. Tackle from Cooper gives Real the throw, or is it a free kick? No, the throw-in is signified by the Italian referee. 5 minutes to half-time, still one apiece. I have the growing impression, Billy, that both sides might be happy to leave things that way until half-time. There's not a lot of inspiration out of the game just now, Jock, and I think you're possibly right that both teams are perfectly happy they're not going to lose anything before half-time. Strachan has gone down on the far side after that tackle, getting back to his feet now. There's the picture. Simpson using him. First time layoff finds Willie Miller. So the Spanish supporters whistling and booing as the ball goes back to Leighton. There's McGee. He was pushed from behind by Camacho. And Aberdeen have the free kick. Alec Ferguson is on with some advice for his team now. Strachan is over the free kick. Leaving it now to McLeish. McLeish sliding in for Black. He's beaten this time by Bonnet. Free kick is given in the box against Aberdeen. So Augustin and Medgott get together. They're showing no urgency at all either. Clearly both sides are waiting to get the half-time words of wisdom from respective managers, Alec Ferguson and Alfredo di Stefano. Certainly become much more like a game of chess in the last 20 minutes or so. I think both teams are now paying each other an awful lot of respect. You're really looking for the class players on both sides to show an impact. This is when I had hoped that Gordon Strachan might show an impact. I'm quite sure he will as the game develops. Simpson for Aberdeen. Ball from McGee. Rugby, the break of the ball initially, taking on Isidro. Long stride leading up the ground. Queuing up in the middle for the cross. One of them's Eric Black, and he's well beaten that time by Bonnet. Now Cooper. Aberdeen making a push before the interval. McMaster inside. Simpson. The accurate ball forward is collected by Midgott. Here's Strachan. Now it's with Cooper. Strachan certainly looking hungry for the ball again. Good play out of defence, out from deep position by Aberdeen, right across the back four to McMaster. He was hustled out of that by Camacho, and this is Gallego. Nito popping up on the left, pulled across by McLeish. This is promising now for Real. Gallego going forward. Never quite got the ball under control for the shot. Conditions have a lot to do with that. Gallego goes back. That's beat Camacho and McGee, but Black couldn't get on the end of it. So less than 2 minutes of the first half left. Still Aberdeen 1, Real Madrid 1. Look at the rain pouring down. Real coming forward again on the left. His challenge, doing enough to force that ball into touch. Aberdeen's throw. Showing a lot of skill on the ball. Now McMaster. Well, that's not like McMaster. The ball appeared to slice rather off his left foot. A minute of the first half left. Gallego for Real. Camacho breaking from the back. McGee getting back to reverse rolls. He's been marked for most of the first half by the Spanish defender, and McGee showing his defensive qualities with that tackle. And Kell will take the throw. Simpson and Gallego tangling in the middle of the field. Real get the free kick. So the seconds ticking away in this first half. There's been no stoppage for injury, so there should be no time added on. As Midgott tries a long-range free kick, and that really was very ambitious to say the least.
Yeah, I think it was. I couldn't really understand him trying that from there. I thought early on he was going to just try and play a ball in for Santillana, who's indicated once or twice that he's got ability there to trouble Aberdeen. But I couldn't see any sense in that at all, John.
So the referee's checking his watch now as Leighton prepares to take this goal kick. Good view of the downpour. Header from Stilica. On a happier note perhaps for Aberdeen the last quarter of an hour or so is the fact that Stilica's impact in the match hasn't been quite so impressive. Cooper battling hard in midfield for Aberdeen. Now Stilica. Gallego. Midgott is always available. Sweeper at the back, and the half-time whistle has been blown by referee Menegali. So it's 1 each at half-time. The early goal scored by Eric Black in just 7 minutes in the middle of Aberdeen's best spell in the match. But then Real Madrid were brought back into the match by a mistake from Alec McLeish, which gave Juanito the chance to score from the penalty spot. So half-time score here in Gothenburg. Aberdeen 1, Real Madrid 1.
Yes, welcome back to the European Cup Winners' Cup final. Aberdeen 1, Real Madrid 1 at half-time. Dennis, one more word from you. They have shown great tactical awareness in their matches in Europe so far, Aberdeen. Pick up the urgency and stamp their real authority on this second half, haven't they?
I think they will. I think Alex Ferguson's talk at half-time will have done that, and not because I'm Scottish and unbiased, but the picture's gone.
Now the pictures are coming out there, the players are coming out now from the dressing room, so let's go back live to Gothenburg, joining our two sets of commentators. For viewers in Scotland, it's Billy McNeil and Jock Brown, and for the rest of Britain, it is Ian St John and Brian Moore.
So welcome back here to the Ullevi Stadium in Gothenburg, and the rain has not let up throughout the interval. The pitch must be becoming very, very heavy indeed. The teams come back out, and Billy McNeil reflects in the first half.
Well, I think Aberdeen started the game very, very well indeed, Jock. Obviously, they got the start they wanted, and at that time their confidence was high. I feel that the penalty kick has taken a bit of the confidence, a bit of the composure away from them, and they've really struggled that little bit to get back into the game as a dominant force. Real had a little spell round about from the time they scored the goal until about 15 minutes later when they looked as though they were going to dominate. But I felt that the first half ended up really in stalemate with not an awful lot of inspiration from either side.
Any ideas on who you think may be key players in the second half? One or two Aberdeen players haven't quite performed to their full potential.
No, I would think Stanner's going to be important, but equally I'd maybe like to see Peter Weir be a bit more progressive and go and attack Real Madrid at the back. I think he could play a bigger part in this half.
So the second half about to start. Aberdeen will kick off. Here we go in this final 45 minutes. Remember though that in the event of a draw, at the end of the 90 minutes there will be extra time and if necessary penalty kick. So the destination of the cup will be decided tonight. So the throw in is given to Aberdeen on the far side. Just look at the water there and the track around the field. Here's Eric Black. Putting it wide and behind Doug Rugby. Inside to Coop. And the marking of Mark McGee is down to Camacho at the earliest part of this second half. Cedro leaves the free kick to Bonnet. Or will it be Camacho? Yes, Camacho taking it. Very experienced international defender, 27 years old. Gordon Strachan. Obstruction, was it, by Camacho? The referee waving play on as McGee wins the advantage and runs straight in the Midgott. So the water on the touchline there, which building up very rapidly. Played against Strachan. Real's throw. Linesman's flag on the near side is up. throw-in once again. Well, Aberdeen certainly took the initiative at the start of the match, and let's hope they can do that once again. This time it's played out by Mark McGee. Isidro's throw, McLeish going for that. Muller cuts it off as Juanito tries to get behind McLeish. There's Rugby. Isidro tackled by Rugby. Cooper to Black. Simpson now has McMaster available on the left. Peter Weir, man of whom little was seen in the first half, but we've already seen his ability to win matches in European ties. Can recall him doing that in European matches against Ipswich Town, notably, and Pittodrie, but so far hasn't been able to get free of Juan Jose. Here's Mark McGee. Eased out of that by Ankel. Met once again the linchpin of the defence. Once again, it's out for the throw, which Stilica leaves for Juan Jose. So the second half really starting rather the way they first finished.
In many ways, so Real Madrid seem to be quite content not to lose into this stage, and quite content maybe to play themselves slowly into the game. They don't seem to want to expand enough on the energy.
Well, stamina may well turn out to be a very important facet of the match. Diego's free kick. A little touch by Juanito, but the ball behind for Aberdeen's goal kick. That's a signal for the Spanish drummer to begin. Diego playing it in, Juanito got a touch and carrying the ball behind. Cooper inside to Willie Miller. Diego's clearance. Now Miller pushing forward. That didn't quite reach Eric Blackbonnet, did well to intercept. With the ball falling for Santillana. Ankel has Gallego on his outside. Ankel and Cooper together. Inside to Camacho, and now Gallego, the playmaker, takes over. Picking out Juan Jose, who completely misjudged the ball, skidding off the treacherous surface. 5 minutes into the second half, still one apiece. And both sides being extremely cautious. Pushing from behind. Camacho and McGee. Aberdeen's free kick. There's John McMaster. Here the Aberdeen supporters now beginning to sing in support of the favourites. And Strachan plays it to Cooper. Miller coming from the back. This could be very important for Aberdeen. Mark McGee. Not a bad cross, but Bonnet anticipated it well. Now Santillana and Juanito linking up in attack as Gallego goes through the inside right position. Stilica's behind him. Juanito's return pass, asking much too much of the pace of Uli Stilica. Some of the interesting banners around the stadium. Well screened by Black, losing out eventually to Stilica. This is Ankel. Santillana with a layoff to Gallego. This time Medgott popping up on the right side of the defence. Long ball for Santillana. Rugby wins it, and he's confident enough to head it back into the danger area where Miller and Leighton come by. Medcott keeping an eye on the ball, supported by Bonnet. Well, Bonnet likes to come to the back. It's a good run, which Simpson's trying to match. And here's support from Juanito. Stielicke looking for Santillana, and Rugby intercepts. Interesting point, a tremendous run from the back with the lad Bonnet. Notice Simpson went down there, whether he's injured or not, whether he just got a little knock, I don't know, but it certainly lost. This is a good move for Aberdeen, Joe. So Weir on the left, running at Juan Jose. Coming off Medcott, chance for Strachan, and goalkeeper Augustin saves it for Real. What a great chance it was for Gordon Strachan. Well, Atlas Strachan has set up the move initially, but no luck at all that time for Aberdeen. It looked as though Augustin really was struck with the ball rather than easily. I think Gordon Strachan hit a good shot, but just unlucky for him and for Aberdeen, Jock. It hit the goalkeeper, but it was a tremendous chance. And good play, of course, on the left from Peter Weir. Weir with the throw for Aberdeen. There's Simpson, led away by Juan Jose, but the referee's whistle is gone once again. It's Aberdeen's free kick. There's this shot from Gordon Strachan across from Peter Weir, taken first time by Strachan straight against the goalkeeper. Weir taking on Juan Jose again. Out for a corner kick. Stielicke expresses his disgust at the decision, number 10. McLeish and Rugby go into the box. Headed by Weir, there's Black. And once again, Eric Black almost makes it with a header. Back to Black once more, here's Strachan. And still it's scrambled clear by Real Madrid. Well, Aberdeen so unlucky. The supporters now getting behind them, and that will certainly make the Spanish defence think. The corner kick taken, coming across from Weir, found its way to Strachan, and scrambled away by Juan Jose. And the Swedish director not showing the initial header from Eric Black, which started all the trouble. A beautiful header from the near post position. Here's Strachan for Aberdeen. Willie Miller now coming to the back. Gets away from Bonnet. Forcing Gallego to cover a lot of ground to get back. Hold his progress. Good pass out, finds Bonnet. Now Miller's out of position, but Aberdeen are a bit stretched at the back. They've got McMaster and McLeish and Rugby there. And Cooper is unhappy to be penalised for that challenge on Isidro. There's the header we talked about from Eric Black. Well saved again by Augustin, and Real Madrid certainly owe their goalkeeper a big debt.
Yeah, tremendous header. Great ability that Eric Black's got in there, Jock. There's certainly trouble this Real Madrid defence tonight.
Camacho's in trouble, McGee trying to get in behind him. Spanish defence always makes certain that it's got depth. Bonnet and Medcott in the sweeper position. That time it was Bonnet. Medcott coming to the left side of the defence to start another move forward for Real. Ankia. There's Juanito. Isidro back to Ankel. Isidro's cross comes off Neil Cooper. They did well to get that ball forward. It's picked up by Gallego. Medcott to go into a midfield position. Black has gone with him. And Black's done very well for Aberdeen as the big defender slips. Black coming inside, he's got McGee in support from the middle. Strachan coming to a deeper position. There's Cooper. And now Weir. Chance to run at the Spanish defence. Taking on Camacho. Disappointing cross in that move from Aberdeen, but the harrying tactics of Eric Black paying off. There's Andy Watson warming up on the track. It'll not be long before he comes on to midfield position. A good play to Eric Black, that, Billy.
I think very persistently, he never let Met go off the hook, and he just stayed with them and almost got himself something from it. Aberdeen of this half have started the way they did the first half, Joe. It really looks as though they're the team that's going to dominate.
So 12 minutes now, the second half gone. Still Aberdeen 1, Real Madrid 1. Eric Black's 7th minute goal equalised by Juanito from the penalty spot at 14 minutes. Interesting too to see Willie Miller being willing to come from the back a bit more in the second half.
Well, I think that's an indication of his ability and his confidence in that ability, Joe. Willie's had a great season, and he's enjoying this game tonight.
Juanito and Juan Jose trying to create something on the Spanish right, but it's out for Aberdeen still. The rain still quite relentless. In fact, the pitch appears to have stood up pretty well to the downpour. Master thumping that out for Real's throw. Still no sign of real urgency among the Spanish players in these set pieces. They're coming inside. Opens from Neil Cooper. Rugby as well to win that from Gallego. Here's Simpson, he's got Weir on the left. Juan Jose goes to meet him. Weir looking for the throw. The ball carries over the line. It didn't initially, and eventually it's Real to get the decision. Simpson. There's Mark McGee. Simpson wanted the return. He was impeded as he went forward in that run by Midgott, or by Stilica rather. Referee Menegali right on the spot to give Aberdeen the free kick. Now with Rugby going forward, McLeish there, Black in the box. Aberdeen carry a lot of menace from this situation. Played in by McMaster, there's Black, McLeish, Neil Cooper shot. Well, he went to great pains to make sure he kept the ball down, but he couldn't beat Augustine.
Goalkeeper's been very prominent for Real, Jock. Starting with that early save that he had, he's been very, very efficient. Some good saves in the second half. He's really kept him in the game at this stage.
Young goalkeeper, 23 years old, keeping out Mikel Ankel and Raymond, the better known Real goalkeepers. So Midgott coming from the back. Santillana is cut off by McMaster. It's a shade casual as Juan Jose came in with the ball behind for Aberdeen's goal kick. There's the position now, 15 minutes into the second half, still one each. But the signs in this early part of the second half favouring Aberdeen more, I think, than Real Madrid. Stilica winning the ball from Simpson, but Simpson's been penalised for showing his studs, lifting his right foot too high. Again, very much a European infringement. Still, Real strolling into position for the set piece. Midgott, man with 21 caps for Holland. Fighting it in. Won by McLeish. High kick from Stilica and Juanito well offside. Wants the Spanish player further back, 10 yards back. Big Black doing well with the header for Strachan. Midgott in the right position for Real. There's Simpson. And the free kick given for the challenge by McMaster, but it did appear as though the Spanish player made a great deal of that. kick on the halfway line, taken by Johnny Medgott. Santillana's header, Real trying to turn. Santillana. Push with the header out, straight to Gallego. He's being hustled now by Simpson. Still going forward. There's good play from Weir. This is Peter Weir at his best. Digging on Medgott, needs a good cross. There's Eric Black. Oh, and what a miss from Eric Black. The deflection, carrying the ball to him in the air, and if you had to put your money on any player in the Aberdeen side to nod this home, it would surely have been Eric Black. There's the deflection from Medgott. Eric Black trying to be very deliberate with the header to beat the goalkeeper, and it's over the top.
It's quite an incredible job, because if there's one player, as you mentioned, that you wanted the back post with the ball there, it's Eric Black. Tremendous chance for Aberdeen, but what's very important, Peter Weir, who had a very, very quiet first half, Fergie's obviously told him to go and get himself attacking back players, and he's done that magnificently. He's torn into bits at the back there. They don't seem to have any answer to him at all just now.
Owana says clearance. Finding Isidro. Neil Simpson covering miles in that midfield area for Aberdeen. Trying to pick up any man coming from a deep position. Here's Juanito. Here's danger for Aberdeen. Santillana's inside. Gallego. Well, coming onto that with a chance to hit the ball with lots of power, but keeping the ball too high, and Leighton breathes more easily.
Interesting point just now, Jonathan. Both midfield seem to be getting down to the ball, but where is Aberdeen are troubling Real Madrid like nobody's business at the back? Real don't seem to have anyone up there that's going to trouble the Aberdeen back four. Miller and McLeish now. McLeish made a mistake in the first half, but both of them had a magnificent game.
Here's Weir getting involved again, turning Juan Jose. Well, appear to be impeded going forward. The throw-in is given to Real. Medgott peels off at the back. Santillana with the touch. There's Miller covering Alec McLeish. Now Strachan. A lot quieter in the second half than he was at the start of the first. One of that by Gallego. Good play from Medgott to find Ankel on the left for Real. Rugby into that tackle on Stilica. Strachan a bit hurried with the pass inside. Not sure whether it was meant for Simpson or Cooper, but it fell between both players, and here's Stilica for Real. Ball catching up on the surface water. Now Ankel. Willie Miller coming forward again. It really does make a big difference to Aberdeen as an attacking force when he springs on the back. Strachan running straight into Ankel. Aberdeen players looking for a free kick, but Italian referee waving play on. Now here's Bonnet. He's come from a deep position at the back. Driven against McMaster. Simpson surely fouled, but the referee is allowing play to go on. McMaster waited for the whistle to go for the free kick. Almost lost possession. Now going outside Stilica. Positive play from McMaster. McGee steals it from Medgott. There's Gordon Strachan trying to run through the Spanish defence. Rugby beaten up by Isidro. Isidro's taking a knock and he retaliates towards Rugby. Isidro retaliating him on the deck. Alfredo di Stefano's on his feet. Well, you see as the ball comes out here, Rugby comes in after Isidro plays the ball. You'll see Rugby come in now. The replay is stopped because Isidro is going to get some time to recover. It didn't appear to be a lot in that, but Isidro certainly got a bit angry with Rugby.
Yeah, I think it was one of these things that frustrations are going to run a bit high now, John. Real are obviously disappointed. They're not getting into the game, they're not creating chances, and wee bits of disappointment, wee bits of frustration will show in their play.
Johnny Medgott for Real. Fish first to the ball. Here's Neil Simpson. Now Rugby. Strachan with Kill letting him go deeper. Neil Cooper. McLeish now to McMaster as Aberdeen switch the build up to the left. McGee being pumped from the rear by Camacho, acknowledging the referee's whistle for the free kick. Camacho protesting his innocence. Archie Knox now out from the Aberdeen dugout, making his feelings quite clear. Alec Ferguson appeared to be indicating he wanted men in the box, if we can read accurately. So the only man back now for Aberdeen is Willie Miller on the halfway line. All the big men up. Rugby, McLeish. Neil Cooper's peeling off to the edge of the box now, but with Black in the box. Played across and away by Gallego. Cooper trying to beat the offside trap as the Real defence sprinted out, but Rugby was caught out. Free kicks already taken. Good Bonnet. Gallego always willing to take it from the back four players. Start to build up. Well won by Miller. Cooper to Strachan. He did well as the ball seemed to be stopped by the surface water. Now Black. Excellent play from the youngster, checking inside Bonnet, and Isidro still coming on, and it's Simpson in support. There's Strachan. Here's we're waiting for Black to get in the box. Augustin at full stretch, and once again the Spanish goalkeeper takes it cleanly. You look more menacing coming forward. The ball is with Stilica. Now Gallego. Medgott. Juanito's off on the run through the inside left position. Miller was his marker. It's still Juanito. And carefully watched behind the goal kick by Jim Leighton. Quite remarkable how little Leighton's had to do compared to Augustin in the Real goal.
He's really had nothing because Aberdeen haven't created all that many chances, Joe. They had a little spell in the first half when things went away, but they never really carved out a lot of chances. And anything he's had to deal with has come from a long way out.
Good touch on from McGee, but the cover was provided by Juan Jose for Real. Well, Medgott has perhaps seen as much of the ball as any other Spanish player tonight, any other Real player. He's not a Spaniard, of course, the Dutch international. Bonnet now in the left back position. Juanito taking on Miller. Rugby coming to the rescue. Little man, Juanito. Doesn't appear very much apart from scoring the equaliser from the penalty spot in the first half. Scoreline still 1 each. We're 25 minutes into the second half, and the extra time begins to loom even larger. Enkel back to Medgott. There's Bonnet. There's Willie Miller. Now Strachan. Going past Bonnet. Oh, that's a blatant foul by Bonnet, which the referee will have to do something about. Comprehensively beaten the Spanish defender. Well, Menegali, the referee, is renowned for his tough line now. What about that for a tackle? And still no yellow card in evidence. So McMaster with a free kick. Rugby's come into the corner of the box. And he appears to have been penalised for the challenge on Isidro. Well, that was a hefty challenge from Bonnet, Billy.
It was. I think this is the kind of thing that we might come to expect, Jock. I think the game's run away from this man. They seem to be tiring that bit more than Aberdeen. Aberdeen seems to be very fresh, and I think we'll see a lot of fouls.
There's one foul inside the penalty box committed by Jim Leighton on Santillana, which put Real back in the match in the first half after Eric Black had given Aberdeen the lead. forcing Aberdeen to try to win the match all over again. Here's Sturica. Metcott rather, playing it forward. Simpson to Strachan. Moving back to McLeish. Hazardous business playing these balls across the defence on this surface. Very wet patches which make the ball stick. The strength of Neil Simpson and Neil Cooper in midfield may become very important factors as this match wears on. There's Mark McGee taking on Camacho. Splendid cross. And Black was hanging a bit further back. Peter Weir was a bit wide and there was no taker. So Alec Ferguson still pushing men forward. Here's Black. Screening the ball from Bonnet. Cleared by Stilica, only as far as McMaster. And we are brought down by Juan Jose. The Spanish fullback really has found Peter Weir a very hot handful in this second half. Another chance to face the wiles of Weir. Rugby trying to get the header back across the face of the goal. Once again, Rugby's penalised. Alfredo di Stefano once again on the track. Moving this to the very down poor. Gallego for Real. No Metcott. Isidro to Juan Jose. Simpson powering his way through from that deep position. There's Peter Weir checking inside Juan Jose. Presence of mind from Simpson. Let the ball run for Cooper to feed McMaster. There's Black. Now Santillana. Juanita's up and a run through the middle. Back it goes to Sturica. Now Metcott, and Kell is number 8. So whistling around the stadium. Play perhaps too tentative now for neutral tastes. Oh, a bit of a break there for Willie Miller. Well, coming on his right bit awkwardly, but falling straight to Leighton. Well, Black towards Strachan, he's away from the Spanish defence. McGee waiting in the middle. Strachan may try to do it by himself. Across the 18-yard line, he tried to find Black, but Cooper's pass finds Peter Weir offside. Got 1 second, might just done a little bit more there, John, because he got a good break. He took 2 players out of the game, and I thought maybe an earlier pass might have told for him. At that point, Stuart Kennedy emerged from the bench to start to warm up. The Aberdeen subs now round behind Tim Leighton's goal. Maybe a freshening up of the team before long with just 15 minutes left. Still Aberdeen 1, Real Madrid 1. Simpson's head flick on. There's McGee. Rugby will keep the ball at play. Needs some support inside, taking on Isidro for pace. Metcott in position to collect the cross. Aberdeen now funneling back. Metcott testing them with a forward run to Sturica. Miller coming across in front of Isidro. Masters a fine match at left back for Aberdeen. Black just strong-footed as the ball arrived. A lot of pace has gone out of the match, particularly the way Real are playing. They're quite content to retain possession, play at walking pace. They may well have try to preserve some energy for the 30 minutes extra time, which begin to look more and more inevitable. On it, Juan Jose. Peter Weir stamping at his heels. He's done well enough to get the ball to Black. Here's Strachan. Now McGee. Stover carried the ball, allowed the clearance. Santillana deep for Real. Supported by Gallego inside. Juanito going to the right flank. Only man up so far for Real, and the ball is stolen away by Neil Simpson. Interesting that very few Real players appear to be keen to get up and support. Billy?
Yeah, Real haven't showed an awful lot of appetite to get up. They haven't showed an awful lot of flair up front, Jock. If you analyse it, we've seen nothing really of Santillana. We've seen very, very little of Juanito. And the number 11, Isidro, we haven't really seen at all.
One end playing it forward. Here's Juanito. The turn from Santillana. That's when Real at the momentum with Juanito and Santillana trying to get together. There's Santillana, and Rugby was in the right position to make it impossible for the Spanish captain to get a header in, but it looks as though it might be a corner kick, and there will be treatment for a Spanish player. First stoppage of the match. Not certain which player's on the ground. Maybe Stilica, the man who was so doubtful for so long before the match.
I think it looks as though he's got a touch of cramp, Jock, which is understandable considering he hasn't played for about 4 weeks or 5 weeks. That he's put a lot into his game, hasn't had a lot of produce, but he's put a lot into his game, worked very hard.
Stilica's back on his feet. It does look to be cramped the way he's behaving as Juanito takes the corner kick. Santillana got the touch. Isidro almost in behind McMaster, waiting very sharply off his line. Beautifully killed by Strachan. Simpson asking for it inside. He's got Weir hanging back on the left to run at Juan Jose. Across from Weir. Augustin in trouble. Well, that's about the first time Augustin's tried to punch the ball clear. Normally tried to catch it, and he almost came to grief.
Carried a little bit of luck to the drop, didn't they?
Yes, it could so easily have fallen for Eric Black. Here's Gallego for Real. Stilica appears to have recovered. Ahmed got. Stilica coming forward, stopped by Cooper. There's the problem in the penalty area. Well, that could have been fatal the way the ball held up. Well, diligent enough to drag it through the water back to Leighton. This is Rugby. Waiting for it. Camacho didn't, and Camacho does well again the second time. There's Gallego being hustled by Strachan. Forced to play it back to his goalkeeper. Well, that's what it's all about. European Cup Winners' Cup. Maybe sometime though before that trophy's handed to either Willie Miller or Carlos Santillana. 10 minutes of the match left, still Aberdeen 1, Real Madrid 1. So here's Mark McGee carrying on towards the penalty area, fouled from behind by Camacho. And now we have a promising situation for Aberdeen. The free kick. So Isidro being waved back by referee Menegali. Strachan and Weir conjuring up a set piece which I'm sure will have been rehearsed many, many times. goes on between Weir and Strachan. Remember the play acting before the vital goal against Bayern Munich between Strachan and McMaster. Well, it could be a set piece. Carefully rehearsed once again. And the cross from Strachan just too long for McLeish. Alfredo di Stefano out again to direct traffic from the track. Well, Billy, you think that was all pre-rehearsed?
I think that was, they were trying to work the one they did earlier in the competition, Jock. I think that Migon tries to take defenders' minds off their job just for that split second. Normally he's an awful lot more accurate than that one.
Here's Midgott for Real. Cooper. Gives McGee a bit of room for a few times in the match. Camacho had stayed off him. Now Neil Simpson waiting for Rugby to arrive on the right. Is Cedra going to meet him? That's a good cross to the far side. And once again the menace of Black in the air, perfectly clear. Bonnet doing well in the challenge. This is a fine cross from Luke Rugby. Well away from the goalkeeper. Black leaping for it. Got his head to it, couldn't direct it downwards.
It surely is a good cross from Luke Rugby, Jock, but what an amazing leap this little man has here. He really gets up great, powers in the header. This is always taking a knock in so doing.
Well, that's a sad sight for Aberdeen because he really does appear to be the most menacing Aberdeen player in front of goal. And for the first time in the match, Roland Arnott, the Aberdeen physio, comes on to give attention to Black, and I'm sure that Alec Ferguson was very reluctant to take Black off. Was clearly in a lot of pain.
It's an interesting one, Jock. You know, looking at what's sitting on the substitutes bench, I would think that Aberdeen seem to me to have the wee bit of strength there. They've got players that can come on and turn the game for them.
Black coming back to his feet. Just had the attendance handed to me. The official attendance is 17,804. For a European final of this quality, that's a bit of a disappointment. There's John Hewitt, as though he may be brought into the match before long. Black still looks a bit uncomfortable. Little over 5 minutes, normal time left. Here's Cooper now for Aberdeen. Movement ahead, Simpson's off on a run down the right. Played across towards Peter Weir. Juan Jose showing good control and delicate touch. The Bonnet stopped by Strachan. Oh, this is great play from Strachan, wriggling out of that clutch of Spanish players. Strachan thinking about a free kick, but he'll have to settle for the throw, but that really is the kind of effervescent, bubbling play we all want to see from the little man. Clearly a substitution will be made for Aberdeen.
This is an important time for Aberdeen. So they've had so much of the second half. This is the time where they want to go and get some, because Ralph's not going to come back now, I wouldn't think.
Simpson. Woodby's in the box. Ferguson will be there, plenty of time. Tell the story, 5 minutes of the first half left. One apiece. Eric Black's goal equalised by Juanito from the penalty spot early in the match. Juanito, it's very sharp indeed, coming forward, taking the ball wide to the left, looking for men inside. Was there, McMaster rather, with a header out. Here's Juanito. The seat returning, and Leighton's positioning is good enough to make that look easy. McGee, this is Strachan. Black is the man up with him. Strachan doing it by himself, trying a chip shot. Well, imaginative play from little Gordon Strachan. He had Eric Black on the far side, but he was limping into position, and Strachan tried to do it by himself. There he goes, taking on Midgott. Now spotting the goalkeeper coming towards him, trying the chip. So now the first substitution will be made. Eric Black limping off. The replacement is John Hewitt, and if he can make the impact he made against Bayern Munich in the second leg of Badodri, the whole of Scotland, not to mention Aberdeen, will rejoice. Eric Black goes off to a warm reception from Aberdeen supporters and has scored the first goal and getting very well deserved praise from Martin Ox, Alec Ferguson in the dugout.
I think this could be an important substitute just right at this minute, John, because obviously the threat that Eric Black has in the air is off, but John Hughes got tremendous pace, but a lot of composure, and he knows how to put the ball in the net. And I think Real Madrid are showing signs of tiredness. He could just maybe capitalise on a little bit of slackness at the back.
Well, John Hughes managed to score 10 times despite missing much of the season through injury. Of course, he got that vital winner against Bayern, which helped bring Aberdeen here to the Olympic Stadium in Gothenburg. Just 2 minutes of the match left. Still one each. It's a very tense phase of the match. Midgott coming forward. Rugby's pass back has to be accurate. It is, and Leighton has possession. He controls it. Given room by Camacho. It's a fine pass inside. Neil Simpson. Real hanging back on the left. Playing the ball against Juan Jose and winning the throw, much to the disgust of the Real fullback. Thought that the last touch was by Weir. Remember, if the match stays all even, there will be extra time. Reorganisation of the normal scheduled programmes, which we'll tell you about later, if need be. There's Gallego. Michel playing it forward. Juanito plays it back to Gallego. It's all very quiet and nervous and tense in the final minute of normal time. Both sides not conscious that an error now could be absolutely fatal. No way back if anyone makes a vital mistake at this stage. Ball touched out by Simpson. Juan Jose is number 2. 25-year-old fullback with 3 caps. 8 players in the Real side, internationalists. Juanito's managed to turn. No, McMaster recovers, but at the expense of a corner kick. Well, now a tense moment for Aberdeen. This may be the last concerted attack of 90 minutes. Seconds ticking away as Juanito lines it up. Followed by Rugby. Juan Jose's first to the ball. And there goes the final whistle. The 90 minutes are over. The score: Aberdeen 1, Real Madrid 1. 30 minutes of extra time to come, and you will not miss any of that. It does mean, however, that the normal schedule programmes will be adjusted, and the feature film Domino Principle will follow after news at 10. Big smile from the Italian referee, Gianfranco Menegali, after another half hour's work. And what kind of advice do you think Alec Ferguson might be giving his players now, Billy?
Well, I think what he's got to reinforce to them, Jock, is that they've played very, very well. They've maybe been that wee bit unfortunate in finish, maybe that wee bit slack at finishing. But what I think he's going to enforce on them, they've played well. They've taken the game to Real, they've commanded the second half, and I think they're entitled to that wee bit more than the draw that they're achieving just now. I think that he's going to tell them, let's keep our confidence high, let's keep playing, let's enjoy what we're doing.
Well, it's a very important time now as the advice is conveyed by both Alfredo di Stefano there in the picture and by Alec Ferguson. Well, you've played against Aberdeen many times this season with Celtic, Billy, and your team has faced them, and it always looks as though they're a very fit, strong side. They can last the pace well. Do you think they can cope? And there's the crowd tonight, confirmed 17,804, and the first half of extra time starts. Real kick off. Players have switched round, so Aberdeen now attacking the goal to our left. Bonnet. side. They've got on their number 14, who is San Jose. Surprisingly enough, they seem to have kept Stülicke on the field. He was the man who appeared to go down with cramp. So we'll check the man missing as Juanito flights the ball in, and Rugby is there first to head clear. Mistake by Cooper, McMaster going in, and William Miller mopping up at the back for Aberdeen. Here's John Hughes. Didn't have a chance to show his ability in the couple of minutes he played in the normal time. Being left to John McMaster. Still the rain falls steadily. It hasn't let up at any stage in the match. There's Juanito. Yeah, a bit slack as San Jose came in. Here's Hewitt. Wide it goes from Stülicke. Picked up by San Jose. 13 caps as a full-back, but will probably operate in the midfield role. It looks as though Ankel is the man missing. We'll confirm that shortly, but it does appear to be number 8 who has departed the scene. So that really is like for like in the Spanish lineup. Gallego playing it forward. It's cut off by John McMaster. No, Ankel is still on the field. Played by San Jose. Now Gallego. Now playing pretty well at walking pace. Well, that has been the Real style for much of the match. Not that they'll want to explode in the last third of the pitch though, if they can get the chance, finding the room among the Aberdeen defenders. Another run from Bonnet. There's Santillana. Overhead kick. It's left by Rugby. And that could have been fatal as Isidro came in with a shot. Well, that's a moment of indecision which might have cost Aberdeen dearly. That's probably the best chance that Real's had in the game, Jock, and really it was a moment of indecision. I think Dugugu left it, expecting someone else to clear it. What a chance the lad did miss. Good ball across from Santillana, causing the problem. Cooper and Rugby had the misunderstanding, I think. And Aberdeen breathe again. Finding Hewitt, ball skidding off the top, allowing Metcalf to cut it off. The ball was carried out. Interesting thing is the change is now clear. It was Camacho who disappeared, I think, and San Jose is the direct replacement. San Jose now marking Mark McGee, which Camacho did for most of the match. And that really is a surprise. He must have taken a knock or suffered some kind of injury, I think, because he normally would be considered a key man in the Real Madrid side. Here's Weir. Ball brought down to the back by Juan Jose. Well, the fullback really is finding it very difficult indeed to cope with Peter Weir. I'd have thought by this time, Joe, that the referee would take just a wee bit stronger hand. He's let a whole lot of these careless siphoning tackles away from Real, and I think it's about time he maybe took a wee bit more severe action. So the free kick to be taken now by Peter Weir and John McMaster over the ball too. It may be any one of 3 players now. Strachan's over the ball too. Shot 1 to Weir. Back it goes to McMaster. Lot of height in the ball in. McMaster sends it back again. Bonnet misses it, and Stülicke is the man covering up round the back. Good layoff from Santillana under intense pressure. Ankel picks it up. Santillana. Stülicke put under great pressure also by Neil Simpson. Free kick is given for the challenge by Simpson. San Jose will take it. San Jose is a man who suffered greatly from injury problems over the last 3 or 4 years after becoming established in the Spanish side as a full-back. Played the 1978 World Cup. Flips there of Alec Ferguson, Archie Knox on the track. Santillana getting up so well again. Remarkable how well Santillana and Black do in the air. Well, the message there is being made with a lot of vehemence. Alec Ferguson certainly not happy about something in the Aberdeen ranks. Well, that tells a bit about the manager's role in modern day top class football. Now Simpson. That's great play, going past Tillicum. Can he make an accurate cross? There's Neil Cooper, the ball is stuck, and there's a penalty. No, the referee's waving play on. Well, the ball was held up around the penalty spot area. Cooper is still on the ground with the Real defender. And that'll be very interesting if we have a look at that again. Last in the tackle, and William Miller sorts it out with the pass back to Leighton. There'll be a hold up. Neil Cooper is still on the ground. He was trying very hard to get at the end of that ball from Simpson. The referee has now stopped the play to allow treatment for both players. Well, did that strike perhaps again? Well, I think in fairness to the referee, I think the referee's right, Jock. And I think the ball holding up in the water there caused the two players to collide. In fairness to him, look, to me my first reaction was for a penalty, but I think in fairness to the referee, he was possibly right. Yes, I think that's right. It's clear from that replay that it was all about the conditions really, and the clash was completely accidental. You see it again, Simpson did so well to get the ball across, Cooper trying to get on the end of it, and the collision takes place, which seemed totally accidental. Well, it's the Spanish player who has come off worse, looks like Isidro. Just a bit groggy. Cooper appears to have recovered fully. The match will, I think, restart with a dropped ball, but promising again from the Aberdeen point of view was the way in which Simpson made the forward run. Well, that's a very attractive supporters, in good spirits. Simpson winning it for Aberdeen from Gallego and finding Gordon Strachan. Careless one from Simpson, cut up by Gallego. Here's Juanito. Two little number sevens together, but Juanito still has possession until he runs into the frame of Durkutri. All a bit untidy, but it's Strachan who comes clear. Off the ball, an incident resulting in one of the Aberdeen players landing on the ground. Neil Simpson it was. Good play from Hewitt. Here's Peter Weir. McGee made a near post run looking for the cross, but it's behind for the corner kick to Aberdeen. And a booking has been given, a rear picture to Gallego by referee Menegali, and that must have been for the incident involving Neil Simpson off the ball. First yellow card of the match shown to Ricardo Gallego. So Weir with a corner kick. On from the near side from McGee, and no one there to take advantage. Well, that was good play again from Aberdeen from the set piece. With no reward for their efforts on that occasion. Now 9 minutes into the first period of extra time. A dreadful thought, really, as a prospect of penalty kicks.
Well, to me it's a completely unsatisfactory way of deciding any major event. But the game's got a long way to run, Jock, and I think it will start to find chances, because I think both teams are showing little bits of tiredness here and there. Chances are bound to come.
So San Jose is the man who looks cleanest of all among the Real players. The man who came on as substitute for extra time. It's all white strip of Real Madrid. Looking a little bit muddy and dirty now after the efforts of the match and these very trying testing conditions. The rain has started to let up a bit now. It's still falling, but not quite so heavily as it did for most of the match. It still makes the surface very sticky indeed and tests the stamina of the full year.
He's pulled down from behind. What is the decision? Well, the referee is giving a decision to Aberdeen, but it looks as though it's a free kick. Bonnet made the tackle.
There it is, taking the ball and the legs of John Hewitt. Well, we'll look at that again. I wonder if indeed it was a foul. Bonnet coming in. He seemed to play the ball first, Billy.
Well, I'm not sure, Joe. I think he went right through the man. I wouldn't be convinced he didn't take the man first.
Well, the referee takes the view, I think, that it was a fair tackle, going by the corner kick which Peter Weir is about to take. Left footed corner kick. There's the Rugby, and it almost got past Augustine. Well, Aberdeen are very dangerous in the air. There's no doubt at all about that. See this one again from Peter Weir. There's the leaping figure of Rugby. Good downward header. Perhaps if the ground had been firmer, that might have bounced in. Calmly played back by Neil Cooper. McMaster for Aberdeen. Playing it long for McGee. Couldn't control it with San Jose in close attendance. Goes back to Augustine. Over the left back position is Francisco Bonnet. Ankel turns it back. Well, there's no question, it does appear as though Aberdeen look keener to win the match. Well, they've got over the sticky spell at the start of extra time, Jock. Indeed, that first 5 minutes was possibly two of Real's best chances, or really the two best chances if you analyse it. But Aberdeen have got themselves back into the game, and they've really dominated the game, and Untitled, as I mentioned earlier, to think they should be getting a bit more out of it. Sturica easing the ball past Strachan. There's Ankel. Cedro's on the far side. Cross in for Santillana, and Morido turn, trying to tee up the shot for Isidro, and the Aberdeen defence closing it brilliantly. Still Real half possession. This time it's Cooper who's in the way of the cross. Oh, good play from Hewitt. Beautifully controlled, showing a lot of confidence. Running into trouble as he went forward. Still battling hard for the ball, fouling Bonnet. The free kick's been given. So a second substitution will be made. This time it's Salguero who may come on. He's a defender. Utility defender, sometimes plays sweeper. Salguero will come on in place of Isidro. I think Salguero's a man who played against Celtic 3 years ago, Billy. I'm not sure, I don't remember a lot about him, John, to be honest with you. I know he's a defender, and possibly they're maybe going to shove Met going forward. Indeed, the boy Bonnet's gone forward at different times. But he's obviously in there to tighten things up just a little bit. Salguero appears to be going into a midfield position. For the moment at any rate. Short free kick to Stilica. The cross was intended for Santillana, but he had withdrawn, leaving McLeish free. Here's Strachan. And Salguero's first contribution is to stop the run of Gordon Strachan. Ankel, laid up by Juanito, Santillana. Ooh, the deflection caused Leighton to scramble across his line. Corner kick to Real. Just over a minute of the first half of extra time to go. Certainly does appear now as though one goal will be good enough to settle the match. Juanito lines up the corner. Midcott's gone right into the 6-yard box. Breaking to the far side, Leighton, a marvellous save. Well, that was Santillana who had the left foot shot, and Leighton, who has had little to do really, proved himself once again when occasion demands. It's a wee bit worrying just now, John, because Real Madrid have showed a wee bit more purpose recently, and they're starting to get shots in and goals, they're starting to create a chance or two. They've created a whole lot more chances than they did the whole game in this last quarter of an hour. There's Midgott, who seems to be willing to push forward now. There's Bonnet with Stilica number 10. We're tackling Juan Jose, the ball's not out. Well, it is now, and it should be Aberdeen's throw, I think. There's that save from Leighton. Brilliantly parried. And McLeish. So Guerrero half stops it. Gallego plays it back, and Medgod had to intercept that because Stewart would have got to it before the goalkeeper. This is to Weir. Deep play off to McMaster. We're past the 15-minute mark in the first period of extra time. Weir trying to nutmeg Juan Jose, and the half-time whistle goes with an extra time. Still, the teams are tied together at one apiece. 15 minutes left before we face the, for me, awful prospect of penalty kicks. Just a reminder too, for those of you waiting for tonight's feature film, Domino Principle will follow news at 10. All the Aberdeen supporters high in the stadium, waving their flags, cheering their heroes, trying to inject a little bit more energy into these legs, tired legs on the field. No question at all, probably Aberdeen have put a great deal more into the match by way of running and chasing and harrying.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that. They've taken the game to Real Madrid now, and it's possibly just going to tell them just a little bit of joy.